You build, you create, you dominate your field with superior skill and proven results. You push forward with confidence because you know what you can do. You trust your vision, but you also place trust in others to make that vision real. A partner, a key employee, a trusted friend. And then it happens. A promise is broken. A deadline is missed. A project falls apart, not from an outside attack, but from a failure inside. Smart warriors saw that this pattern catches even the most accomplished men. This backward approach is exactly why your authority gets tested instead of automatically respected. Being outmaneuvered or let down by the very person you relied on is a common problem. This failure rarely comes from a lack of confidence, but almost always from a misplaced trust. It is a weakness that ambitious men cannot afford. In the next 18 minutes, you will master the Machiavellian way of seeing people as they truly are. This is not about being cynical. This is about taking control of your relationships so you can control outcomes. You will learn to dominate your world by building plans on the rock of reality, not the shifting sand of hope. But just knowing this idea is not enough to command respect. There's one control switch that separates men who read about power from men who command it instantly. It is a smart system that ancient masters used to position themselves to win before the game even started. A way that turns what you know into real authority. Knowing when to stay quiet is a secret weapon smart warriors use to control outcomes. You can use it too. Ancient masters knew a deep truth that modern methods often forget. You cannot build a strong fortress on weak ground, and misplaced trust is the weakest ground of all. Pop psychology tells you to see the best in people. Ancient wisdom tells you to see the reality in people. One path leads to being let down over and over. The other leads to control. By not mastering this, your plans will keep being undermined. You will lose authority because your judgment will seem weak. You will stay a powerful player who is still, somehow, a pawn in someone else's game. This pattern catches accomplished men every day. The pattern is naive trust. It is the belief that others share your honor, your drive, or your honesty. You see your own strengths in them and expect them to act as you would. This is not a flaw in your character. It is a mistake in your strategy. It is a mental trick. This 2,000-year-old weakness still dominates smart men today. This idea was written down by ancient tacticians long before modern science gave it a name. In the 16th century, Niccolò Machiavelli, an advisor to rulers, built all his ideas on one powerful observation. People are mostly the same. He understood that people are driven by what is best for them. They change their minds, they are often not truthful, and they are more moved by the fear of losing something than by the hope of gaining something. Machiavelli figured this out 500 years before modern researchers won prizes for discovering it. To ignore his wisdom is to build your empire on a dream. Without this wisdom, you're missing the one element that makes ancient wisdom actually work for modern dominance. This is the bridge that separates the successful from the truly powerful. Naive trust directly hurts your authority. When you trust someone who does not have the skill or is not on your side, and they fail, the failure becomes yours. You chose them. You gave them power. Your judgment becomes the source of the problem. This forces you to react, cleaning up messes instead of building your domain. You are forced to deal with a problem you could have stopped from the start. Real authority doesn't deal with problems. It stops them. The system for this is simple, but using it takes focus. Mastering this changes everything. When you get rid of naive trust, you stop gambling and start planning. You build systems and teams based on a real look at others. You can guess what people will do with amazing accuracy. Smart warriors won control in their minds before others knew they were competing. You dominate challenges because your plans are built for the real world, not the world you wish for. You build authority because your judgment is proven to be right, time and time again. You take control of people, the most important piece of any empire. The ability to command this piece is the missing part of authority most men never find. Ancient masters had better ways to control things because they faced bigger risks. Marcus Aurelius controlled this in so 180 AD. He knew a man's nature decides his actions. Machiavelli wrote down the rules for rulers in 1513. Modern research is only now catching up to what these commanders knew from real life. A clear-eyed view of people is the key to all good plans. Ancient emperors controlled this mental trap, while modern men get controlled by it. It is key to understand the source of authority. Modern researchers study people from a distance in labs, often to help people cope with their feelings. Ancient masters like Machiavelli advised rulers whose lives depended on judging people correctly. A mistake in judgment for a modern man might mean losing money. For a ruler, it meant losing a kingdom or his own life. The advice that comes from that world is harder, sharper, and works much better. This is why these old ideas dominate modern methods for building real-world power. Psychology often tries to make you feel better about a broken world. Ancient wisdom gives you the tools to command that world. It does not ask you to manage being let down. It teaches you how to set yourself up so others never have the power to let you down in the first place. Ancient strategists knew the best dominance never needs to be defended. The final goal is to combine these ideas. You must mix the ancient, clear vision of a Machiavelli with the speed of modern systems. When you use timeless wisdom about people to build your teams, make your deals, and plan your path, you gain total control over your world. You're no longer just living in the world, you are shaping it. Most men who want power stop here, right before the real key to natural command. This is where the real work begins. The core of this new way of thinking is a commitment to reality over hope. Naive trust steals your control in small ways until the damage is suddenly huge. You hire the charming salesman who promises the world but gives nothing, and your business suffers. You partner with a friend who shares your dream but not your work ethic, and your project fails. You take advice from someone who is secretly jealous, and you are led down the wrong path. In every case, the cause is the same. You trusted their words more than their proven actions and interests. You were reacting to a story, not commanding a situation. Smart warriors had zero tolerance for the mental trap that hurts modern authority. The ancient way to dominate this mental weakness is to change how you judge people. You must judge men by two things only: their proven skills and their real self-interest. Words are smoke. Promises are empty. The only truth is what a person has done and what really drives them to act. This next piece is why a thinker like Machiavelli was 2,000 years ahead of psychology on how to build authority. Smart men know there are real ways to get this control over their world. First is the interest ledger. For every key person in your world, you must stop asking, "What did they promise me?" and start asking, "What do they want for themselves?" Is it money? Is it status? Is it safety? Is it to be the hero? a person's actions will always move toward their true self-interest. Your job is not to hope their interests match yours, but to know what their interests are and to build your relationship around that fact. Seeing these interests ahead of time is how you control outcomes before they happen. Second is the action test. You must stop accepting words that are not backed by action. Before giving someone a big role, give them a small, low-risk task. Do they do it perfectly and on time? Or do they come back with excuses? How they act on a small test tells you how they will act on a big one. A man who cannot be trusted with a little cannot be given control over a lot. This simple test acts as a filter, keeping weak players away from your power. Third is the pressure test. A person's true character is not shown when things are easy. It is shown under pressure. You control pressure while others crumble under the same challenges. So watch how people act when things go wrong. Who stays calm and thinks clearly? Who panics and blames others? Who quietly steps up to fix the problem? Pressure removes the mask and shows the real person inside. A wise tactician does not run from pressure. He uses it as a tool to see the truth. Think about the difference between winning arguments and stopping challenges to your authority before they start. This is the core of strategic dominance. This is the change from a reactive man to a commanding man. The reactive man says, "I hope my team comes through for me." The commanding man says, "I have built a team of proven players and have lined up their personal goals with my goals. Their success is my success. There is no other choice." There's one missing piece that makes everything actually work and gives you real control. It separates understanding ideas from controlling your world. It's not just about seeing people clearly. It's about setting up the game so that they have no choice but to move in the direction you command. You are learning to see the hidden levers that control people, the levers most men don't even know are there. What would a man like Machiavelli say about modern leaders who are surprised by betrayal or poor work? He would say they were not leaders at all. They were fools who chose to be blind, who wanted a nice story more than the power of seeing the hard truth. The realist tactician does not have to fix these surprises. He stops them. This is the path from being confident to being in command. Your confidence built your foundation. Your track record proves you can dominate challenges. Your ability to trust is not a weakness. It is a sign of your own honor. Men who've dominated like you have are ready for this authority upgrade. But confidence and control are not the same thing. Confidence is your belief in yourself. Control is your power to make your will happen in the world around you. You are not building a world of men just like you. You are building an empire in the real world. And the real world is filled with people of different skills and different goals. In this world, confidence without a clear-eyed view of others is a major weakness. This is the gap you must close. The missing piece that gives you total control has been waiting. It is the key that turns what you know into pure dominance. It is called the control positioning matrix. When this final piece clicks, you'll see why it took academics decades to catch up to what ancient strategists knew all along. The control positioning matrix is a mental map that helps you turn what you know about people into real control over your world. You place every person in your world on this map. You do not place them based on your feelings or their promises. You place them on two simple lines: their proven skill, their real ability to get things done, and their interest alignment, how much their personal goals match your goals. This smart system creates the mental armor most men never develop to protect their dominance. Your goal is no longer to trust people. Your goal is to place them on the map and give them jobs and power that perfectly match that position. A person with high skill and high interest alignment is a true lieutenant. You command situations with better decisions, and so do they. You give them power. You give them control over important outcomes because their desire for success perfectly matches yours. A person with high skill but low interest alignment is a hired gun or a future threat. You use their skills for specific jobs with close watch. You add this ancient weapon to your arsenal by containing powerful but unaligned players. You never give them the keys to the castle because their main goal is their own. A person with low skill but high interest alignment is a loyal but risky friend. They want to help, but they create problems. You position them where their loyalty is valued, but where their lack of skill can do no harm. A person with low skill and low interest alignment is simply in the way. You do not try to manage or coach them. You remove them from your path with focus and without emotion. What would an ancient general see as your growth from a reactive man to a strategic commander? He would see this matrix. This is how you change. You move from hoping for loyalty to building it. You command natural respect because your judgment is never again clouded by naive trust. You see the whole board. You see every piece for what it is, and you build your authority on the hard rock of reality. The system you are about to see will change how you handle authority challenges forever. To make your control real, you need one simple, actionable takeaway. This is a method you can use immediately, a way to show that you are in control of your own timing and decisions. Your fellow accomplished men who refuse to be controlled all understand this. Here is your first step to take your control to the next level. In your next interaction, when someone demands a quick answer from you, say, "Let me think about that." Then give your real response 30 minutes later. This small act does something powerful. It shows that you controlled timing, not the other way around. It breaks the pattern of instant reaction and establishes you as the one who decides when a decision will be made. People feel this shift in authority immediately. It is a small change that makes a huge difference. Use it. This is how you show authority. You move with a calm sureness because you are not worried. You are simply prepared. You are not negative. You are a realist. Others will feel this clarity. They will see that your judgment is solid and your plans work. They will stop testing your authority because they will know that you see the world and them with perfect clarity. This is how you gain control over your world. Mastering the reality of people is the foundation of all control. But it is just the start. Your track record of controlling outcomes shows you can handle this new level of dominance. Once you control who is around you, you must master how to win without fighting and learn how to make others seek your approval. There are ancient ideas that build on this foundation. Rules used by emperors and kings to turn enemies into allies and chaos into order. You are no longer playing on the same level as other men. You and other men who control their domains face this same challenge to evolve. You have stepped into a community of leaders who choose to see the world as it is. This is a brotherhood of realist tacticians, a group committed to mastering their world through better insight and total control. Welcome to the next stage. The legacy you build will be measured by the quality of your judgment. By mastering this philosophical control, your influence will grow on its own. Others will seek your advice, not because you offer nice words, but because you get results. Your ability to see reality and command it creates a space of order and stability around you. You now stand in a long line of men who commanded their world through wisdom. You are connected to the Roman generals, the Renaissance princes, and the quiet tacticians who chose to dominate reality instead of being controlled by it. You build authority that creates space for others to win inside your frame, all while you stay in absolute control. This is how you take control. This is how you master your domain.